Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to Wrestling Pit Podcast, of course, here on YouTube.com. We're actually waiting on Little Big Man to hop on. If you're on here and you're watching this from Little Big Man's channel, we include all the channels so you guys can share this live stream with us, with everyone else. So yeah, let's get into it. WWE Smackdown review from last night. SmackDown was pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and jump into the show. I have Jeff 23 Dog here. Thanks for the one person that's watching right now. So during the SmackDown review, we seen where there's Little Big Man, you guys. Welcome in, welcome in.
You right on time. We just started too.
We just started.
Oh, that. Yeah. I didn't realize I was already on. So y'all just started, huh?
Yeah.
I just did intro like about 30 seconds ago. But we're live.
All right. That means I made it just on
Chris
time.
is gonna hand it off to Little Big Man to get started.
All right then. Well, since I'm here on time, make sure I got it on my white notes. Yep. Okay. So they did do like a little bit of repeat about what happened last week, a little recap. But they started off the night with a match, not a promo, but with a match, which is LA Knight versus AJ Styles to see who will face Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
This was a banger over opener. This was a real banger over opener. I'm not gonna lie. This was a real banger of an opener. And it was the way they did it. I did not expect AJ Styles to go over, without cheating. He went over clean.
Yeah.
And that was a surprise to me, but otherwise that match was solid. The match was a solid match. It was a solid opener. You couldn't open the match, the show in any better way, Right. Given the fact that they didn't have the star powers, because most of the people was on the London tour. You had Cody Rhodes, Becky Lynch. Obviously didn't have Mommy because she's out injured, but still, you had, for what they had to work with, this was still a solid opener. And AJ Styles will beat LA Knight clean to be the number one contender for Cody Rhodes at Backlash. And Cody Rhodes did have a response later on the night. But that's it. That was pretty much it. That was the first match in a nutshell. I mean, I think they worked well together. I would say that they do work well together. So they had some good spots. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that opening match, I feel like that opening match was it was pretty cool, I say the least. At least we didn't get anybody in there to do like any interference or anybody like cheating or whatever or anything. But it was, like I said, it was actually, like Little Bit Man said, it was actually pretty good. That I would say the least. And so I wonder, what's next actually for LA Knight. Will he go after Logan Paul now for the U.S. title?
You know what? That's a good question, because that's still an open spot.
Set it up for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I
mean, obviously, we got we got 2 weeks before we get to SummerSlam. Or Backlash and Money in the Bank.
Yeah. We sure do. Hey, I don't know how I forgot Money in the Bank. I'm so used to Money in the Bank being,
because SummerSlam is not until August, I think, right?
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
August 3rd.
Like I said, I forgot about Money in the Bank simply because I remember Money in the Bank used to be right at WrestleMania. Like, you had the briefcase up in there, the little black briefcase hanging above the ring.
Right.
And I forgot we had a tag team title match thing there. So maybe they'll let LA Knight win the briefcase or something. I
see it. In the long, it would have to be. He has to be like the front runner. He has to be the front runner to win the Money in the Bank briefcase at this point. Because where else do you go with LA Knight other than either putting the title on him or giving him the Money in the Bank briefcase?
Yeah, I mean, you can't I mean, you just can't put LA Knight like back on the back burner and have him do little backstage stuff and pick fights and stuff like that. Appreciate
Like
it, Keon.
Alexa Bliss. I say Alexa Bliss is probably a front runner. If she indeed come back this Monday, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, or Nia is the front runner for the women's Money in the Bank. But that's a pay-per-view ahead of itself.
Right. What up? What is going on?
Jeff, what did you think about this opening match?
The opening match was great. To be honest, I think that LA Knight should have won, but at the end of the day, AJ Styles is a good choice too. Both choices would have been great. It's great regardless. They're both cooking.
Mm-hmm.
They're both cooking. They both got great ring abilities. AJ Styles. I've been hearing rumors about AJ Styles. Been thinking about retirement, but who knows what the future holds for AJ Styles? So he might as well get the last few titles that he can before he actually retires, and then and then let the young bucks, the young guys take over. He can be a mentor to the young guys. I'm glad he's doing it with LA Knight, because LA Knight really needs that that veteran support.
Yeah, I remember that too. That his
dream match is with AJ Styles. I mean with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes' dream match was against AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that, because I think I feel like AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio deserve one more world title run before they leave, because you can tell Rey Mysterio is winding it down.
Yes, like big time. His last match, who was it? I think at Mania, when he was in there trying to bounce up the rope to go run to hit the 619. I was like, Ray is running slow. I was like, oh my goodness. So then again, you guys, it's definitely time for Ray to hang it up. I know he did an interview with someone. I can't quite remember who it was, but he talked about how much he has left in the ring, and he was wanting to wait until 50 to retire. I think Ray is like
for a long time.
Oh, yeah. And Rey Mysterio, I seen an article that said Rey Mysterio said he's past his time that he should be retired. He said he's feeling good about himself. His body's feeling great. So that's why he's past his time for him to retire, because he wanted to retire after he got his Hall of Fame ring, but he decided, I'm gonna do it a little bit longer, as long as my body can hang in there. But I think mentally he still wants to do it, but physically his body is telling him he need to give it up.
Right. Yeah, Rey Mysterio is actually 49 years old. Like, geez. He's 49 years old. Looks like he'll turn 50 on December the 11th. And Rey Mysterio I'm trying to see, especially when he joined into
Rey's been around since WCW, so he's been around since like almost the 90s, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. He's been around since the 90s.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio's been around for a bird.
Yeah, he definitely have been around, and I mean, you're right, Keon. He's right. He's literally right there with The Rock.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you can say the same thing for Edge, for real.
Yeah, so it's here. Rey Mysterio
debut. Edge and Christian both.
Check this out. Y'all will be shocked, but this is a long time. Rey Mysterio debuted in professional wrestling, April the 30th of 1989.
A year before I was born.
God
A year
dang.
before I was born.
Goodness, man.
89? Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Jeez.
So that basically said he been wrestling for like what, 35 years? So
I
I'm
think
30, I'm 34, so that's 35. Yeah, he was been wrestling for 35 years.
Right, way before I was born. Well, not
yeah.
way before, but
Yeah. It was,
before I was born.
yeah, I'm in 96. So yeah, definitely, man. Let me see something real quick. Well, hold on. Dang. Yeah, 35 years, you're right. A little bit, man. I had to make sure my math was mathing.
That I'm for the sake because I'm 34 and he started a year before I was born. That means it would be 35. It would
30
be
Mm-hmm.
years. And then you can't cancel, when he started wrestling. I think he started wrestling like in the teens, like 13 or something like that, and
right. Yeah, that's not even counting as we talking about like, you know, when he was just a kid. They wrestled young. They started young when they
Mm-hmm.
wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
yeah, I mean, you're right about that.
exactly. All
But
right.
so after that, we got the unveiling of the new tag team champions. That was the next thing that happened. So the championships, I should say, the unveiling of the new
Yes.
championships.
Oh, let's go ahead and get into that. I'm ready.
So, what's up, Nico?
What's going
What's
on,
up,
Nico?
Nico?
Um, yeah. So Triple H will come out first. Of course, that's what we got the little
QR
uh
code.
QR code. I think that happened like right when Triple H was getting ready to go into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And I meant to ask you this, Chris. I missed the second one. You said it was another one, and I seen the first one, but I missed the second one.
It was out in the crowd,
In the
like
crowd. Mm-hmm.
up near where like the wrestlers be up right up there. It was another one. I need to see if I can find that photo, but go ahead and continue.
Yeah. So just to point that out, it was two QR codes. I did see the first one. The first one is just a picture with something like a black figure, and
Yeah.
then Chris said the second one said I'm nobody.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
I'm
But that's a little Bray Wyatt tease for you.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
about to say, Bray Wyatt used to say that all the time.
or I should say Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, Uncle Howdy, yeah. Uncle Howdy used to say that all the time.
But yeah, so Triple H would start off was talking about like the new era, and that he always said like on Monday that he wanted something old but new at the same time to represent going into this new era, and he really delivered on this here. This is an old style, but also an upgraded one. That is an old style but upgraded to look new, and he brought out Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Of course, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are heels, so they were dicks. And
They some assholes.
they were some assholes, and they sat there and they did, they called R-Truth, the Awesome Truth, the second place champions, and that they was the real champions.
Oh,
So
okay.
they
Okay, you guys. So you can't really see it that well, but somebody had circled it, and so it pulled it up, and it go flickering or whatever, and it says, "I set them free out of the mirror clay," and then it starts to glitch again. Open their eyes, and then and then it said, "Wow, you did nothing," and then it's that bird, and then it's like and then it has degrees, and then it goes away. I wish I can show it.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely wish I can show it.
But yeah, so Grayson Waller and them, of course, they've been asked. they said, "How can you make us look?" They referenced Triple H being a magician because R-Truth called him a magician, and they said, "Since you're a magician, how you gonna make us look good and better than we already are?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is why I hate y'all being champion. I hate you guys." But Triple H just smirks it off, and then he unveils the new championships, and I said, "Mwah,
Oh yeah,
fire! Those
yeah.
championships look good."
That handshake, man. I was like, you can't do that to Triple H, man.
Yeah,
He gonna
they unveiled they unveiled the championships, which is basically the Attitude Era / the Ruthless Aggressor Era faceplate, but it's like an upgraded version of it. But it's basically the same style as those belts from that era, but it's just a little bit upgraded and it has side plates. But
yes.
you would have to literally know what the Attitude Era the Ruthless Aggressor Era belts look like to know the difference.
Right.
But if you do, you will see like, okay, I can see how it looks like it, but it's kind of different. But they kept the same style of this faceplate. But I digress because I'm just fanboying over the titles.
I can
So
actually,
Triple H goes
I can actually show everybody the picture of the old one.
if y'all can see that. Yeah. See, if y'all guys can see that, that's basically how the new belts look. Yeah, that's basically how the new belts look. But the little globe is smaller, and they got a W in the middle,
And then on the side, they got the name, the side plates.
and they got the side plates. But it basically looks just like that belt.
Here
It looks like Triple H brought back that belt, but he upgraded it. Yeah, those right there. You guys can see it. Those are the new ones. But Triple H goes to shake their hand, as Chris alluded to, and at first Grayson Waller hesitates, and then he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna shake your hand," and then he swerves and shakes Austin Theory's hand, and Triple H just looked like he was about, if he could, he wanted to pedigree both of them. But Nick Aldis steps in and tells them that he mentions you talk about the magicians. If you guys ever disrespect Triple H like that again, you're gonna see another magic trick of the clowns from the clowns down under going what he said, like disappear permanently.
Yeah.
And then he said, if you don't take what's about to happen next seriously, your titles is going to disappear permanently too. And what he referring to was the start of the next match. It was seamlessly that is the next match actually started within this promo, which is the fatal 4-way for the #1 contendership to the newly crowned. I forgot to mention that too. Triple H told them that they would no longer be known as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. That going forward they'll be known as the WWE Tag Team Champions, and which is the same title, the same name from the Ruthless Aggression Era and Attitude Era.
Yes.
So, like I said, this match started within this promo because the Street Profits will come out first, but we will get the second match, which is the Street Profits versus AOP versus New Catch Republic versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. But before we get there, I gotta ask you guys what y'all thought about that promo. Chris, go first.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. So as far as that promo there, Grayson Waller them, they play around too much, and there's a ton to play and there's a ton to be serious, and they were definitely playing around. They played at WrestleMania around and just went up there and got the belts, and like I was like, that don't make any sense. But then again,
before you go on, Chris, you said that like you felt like they was playing around when they got the belts. Why you say that? Why you say they was playing around?
Like they always think everything is a joke until they actually have until they actually have a match. Then, I mean, I don't feel like they should have never even won the titles in the first place.
Hey, Chris,
you know what? I did not they should have won it. But I don't feel like they was playing around when they went up there and grabbed the titles. I mean, everybody was down.
Yeah,
I just felt like it was just weird how they booked it, where they didn't even try to go get the Raw tag team titles until like so much time later, where people was finally getting back in the ring, where you could have easily just went over there and grabbed the Raw titles.
right.
But I understood you wanted them separated. This was your chance to separate the titles, but it was just the book and trust on how y'all did it.
Hey, Chris, but you got to remember, they are a heel team, a heel tag team.
They are a
So
heel team.
with them playing around like that, it goes along with their story, with their heel story.
I would have liked it to see Damian Priest and Finn Balor retain them, and
No.
Damian Priest has all the gold or whatever.
But that's why they gave him. That's why they let him cash in. You're not about to have him win everything. You're gonna have him lose, and then then win the big one. I wish Austin Theory and Grayson Waller take things seriously instead of taking things as a joke. Hopefully they can be serious soon. Yeah. But I think that's the part that they supposed to do. I think they're supposed to piss us off in that way, where they don't take things seriously because they so cocky and arrogant. So I think that's like their characters, they supposed to be cocky, arrogant douchebags.
And I think with them, not taking things seriously it's a good thing for their characters, because like all along they've been doing this since they became a team.
Right.
And with them, because you've seen how they was going after each other at first. Everybody thought that they was gonna break up, and then all of a sudden they keep them in the tag team, and
True.
they in the title picture and all this stuff. I'm like, what? I thought they was breaking up.
Right, they did swervers with that. He did have us thinking they was gonna break up.
I thought Grayson Waller was going to turn on Austin Theory, but no.
It looked like it. It looked like he was. It looked like he really was gonna. It looked like Austin Theory was gonna stay heel, and Grayson Waller was gonna turn face.
Exactly, Kiana. He said, "Well, Austin Theory used to be serious before becoming babyface like Randy Orton." Now I remember, I was just about to mention that Austin Theory used to be serious. His mic skills are great and everything.
Yeah, his mic skills are good.
Yeah,
but he was never a babyface on the main roster, was he? Whoa. I think he haven't been a babyface since he was in NXT, and I don't think he was a babyface in NXT.
NXT, they didn't really let him use the microphone a lot. They didn't.
Yeah, it was just like he was with the way, and I don't think they was heel. I don't think he was ever a babyface. I know when Johnny Gargano left NXT, he was a babyface, and then he came to the main roster and feuded with Austin Theory.
Yeah, exactly right.
Austin Theory was a heel, so I don't think Austin Theory was ever a babyface on the main roster.
No,
but he's been a heel. He just was a more serious heel. But I think it was the decision to have him cash in on the United States Championship, which was the worst cash in ever. I've seen some bad cash ins, but that was the worst decision ever.
Just
like a lot of us, we thought that Damian Priest was going to cash in on Gunther's Intercontinental title.
Yeah, because everybody didn't believe that he was going to become champion. I say he was going to become champion. I say he was going to cash in on either Cody or Seth, but everybody else was saying no.
He gonna cash in on Gunther,
but he ended up cashing in on Drew McIntyre.
That's funny.
He is swerving everybody. When we think something's gonna happen, it goes the other way.
But I want to let Chris finish his thoughts on that promo. Though I interrupted him, we got off track.
Oh no, you're good.
Well, yeah, go ahead and finish your thoughts on that Championship of Valen promo.
Yeah, so I definitely do like the tag team titles. They do bring back the ruthless aggression era, I believe it was.
It was both the attitude and ruthless aggression.
Yeah, it was both of them. But I did like the tag team titles. I actually feel like they remind me of back then. And of course, with those titles, I feel these titles look better than the Raw tag team titles, in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh no, they do look way better.
Oh my
But
god.
the Raw tag team titles to me is not bad. I still like them. I just like these more because they actually look like the old school belts. But Shane did point out though that the Raw ones look reminiscent to the WCW tag team titles.
They do, but they still trash.
They did have some tag team titles that was that shape.
They did, but they still trash.
I mean, yeah, that's you're entitled to think that. Like I said, I think it was cool. I actually kind of like it. I'm gonna buy one. I won't probably buy both sets, but I will buy both sets of the WWE tag team titles. But I'll buy one of the Raw ones.
But I am definitely glad that we got rid of those 11-year penny looking belts, or those nickel looking belts that we had.
Oh yeah. I'm glad we got rid of them because the thing about those, they was unoriginal. The only thing they did to tell them apart was change the color of the strap.
The colors.
They just changed the color of the straps to tell them apart. I'm like, that's so lazy. But see, with this, what you got here, the reason why I still like, even though they might not be the best looking titles, the reason why I like the world tag team titles is because they look different. You can tell the difference between the world tag team titles and the WWE tag team titles.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
They don't look like a dime. I mean,
and with that, every title now is different,
right?
Except for the Bailey's and Cody's title is virtually the same, but other than that, every title is different from everybody.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Jeff, on that promo?
That promo, it was cool. Grayson Waller and Austin 3 are not my thing, but they some assholes. But I'm gonna just keep that comment to myself.
Too late now.
No. They should. No, they should have just shook Paul Heyman's hand and went on about their business. I mean, not Paul Heyman, Triple H.
Triple H got the pedigrees. You call him Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman about to come up though.
Hey! I could have called him his father-in-law.
Oh. Go ahead, finish your thought, because you just reminded me I messed up that first match. I messed up that first match because I forgot there was a Paul Heyman solo promo.
Oh yeah, but anyway, that match was that promo. It would have been better if they would have shook Triple H's hand, but hey, they're heels, they playing their role. It was funny when Nick Aldis snatched when he snatched the titles from him real quick.
Oh yeah.
I'm like
irritated.
I was just over there chanting, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah, the spinning belts were cool too. I do like the spinning belts.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. So before we move on to this second match, I did forget that after AJ Styles beat LA Knight, there was a backstage promo with Solo, and they showed Solo coming into he just get there, and you could tell it's different. He get out the truck like he Roman now. He got the nice little suit on, got the chain and stuff, looking cut, looking real good. And for him, like, nice suit. and he asked Paul Heyman, "Where's Kevin Owens?" And he said, "I don't know. I'm assuming he's here. It's Friday Night SmackDown. The show started. He got to be here somewhere in the building." And he tells Paul Heyman to take
Go
him.
find him. Mm-hmm.
And they leave to go find Kevin Owens. And the reason why I mention this because this is going to go into that promo that happens after this second match. But now with that out the way, we get to before this second match started, they did do a promo with Naomi, basically asking her how she feel about her championship match tonight with Bayley, because because of them being friends. And she said she's not going to let her friendship with Bayley get in the way of stopping her from becoming the new WWE Women's Champion. And that it's been like 2 years since she fought for a championship in WWE. So, she's ready, she's pumped, and she's ready to walk into the draft next week as your new champion. Now, with that being said, finally, we get to the second match, which is the Fatal 4-Way match. And this was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. This is like, there's only one match that that was okay. But this match was not it. This was a good match. This was a very good one. It was a solid tag team match that went for a good 15, 20 minutes. AOP, despite them having already a little thing going in NXT, they look good here too on the main roster. I'm assuming that AOP would be one of the people called down in the draft to be on NXT permanently. But nonetheless, they didn't look bad here. Newcastle Republic didn't look bad. The spot I like the best is when I don't know, I forgot the AOP guy's name. Was it Razor?
Yeah,
I think Tyler Bay picked up Razor. They helped.
Oh yes.
yeah,
He
Razor.
was about to do the helicopter thing with him.
Which one?
Like, this little guy is strong as hell.
Wait, which one? Which one did it? Akam or Razor?
It's Razor.
I don't know. It was either I can't remember who it was. But it was one of them. It was either Akam or Razor.
The one that got the hair in the middle, smooth back. You got one of them that kind of bald and kind of buck-eyed looking. And then you got the other one. He's kind of small-eyed.
I think it was the real light one with the smooth back hair.
So that's Razor, I think.
Oh, that's Akam.
That's Akam. Yeah, that's Akam. Akam. Yeah, Akam.
Yeah, I think it was Akam that he picked up, and I'm like, oh my God, you about to see he really about to do this, but then here come Angel Garza and them to screw everything up. I said, man, I wanted to see that for real. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to see what he was gonna do with that.
Yeah, but it be the short people that be doing that though.
Yeah, like Chad Gable.
I like the diving of the outside spot from both the Newcastle Republic and Montez Ford, where all dived out the ring. That was a nice spot right there.
That was sick with them flips.
Yeah, that was especially Montez.
Newcastle Republic.
He cleared the whole beam, and then I like when he does that. He does like a Superman in air pose. I'm like, he's so cocky with his athleticism. But at the end of the day, the Street Profits would get the victory to face Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. From what I'm hearing, is going to be at Backlash.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I guess it's safe to assume that Awesome Truth and DIY is going to also be at Backlash.
Yeah. 2 weeks. It's going to be in 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, and that's it. Then we before we get to that, because I'm gonna get y'all guys thoughts on it. So what did you think, Chris, about that tag team match?
I thought it was actually one of the best matches of the night, actually. So
yeah, I actually got a different match that I believe was the best match of the night.
So
you did say one of the best matches. So yeah, this was definitely one of the best matches.
Yeah. So with this match here, if I had to pick somebody that was gonna win this match, I was gonna have to say the Newcastle Republic. But a lot of people aren't really behind the Newcastle Republic, and they haven't. I mean, they've been in numerous tag title matches, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do now. I don't know if they're going to go back to NXT for a while. But then again, it was kind of seeing that Street Profit was going to win. But when they end up winning, just like Keon said here, he almost thought they were going to lose, but they actually did win. So I feel like they actually definitely do need some gold right now. Because they're the street profits. For a minute, we remembered that we thought that Montez Ford was going to get ready to turn on what's his face.
Well, they was headed in that direction.
It's still bound to happen.
If Vince would have stayed in power, they was going to go in that direction because Vince wanted to push Montez Ford. And for a while, I actually wanted to see Montez Ford in a singles run. It looked like he would have been something big like Jay Uso is.
Now, if they don't win these tag titles, then we may see something.
Yeah.
Oh, they winning. They winning. Trust me, they gonna win.
But I think what happened was because it was reports saying that they did not want to break up, and then all that stuff happened with Vince. So he started to not be involved anymore as much, and Triple H was like, "No, we're not breaking up the Street Profits."
It doesn't make sense right now. It doesn't make sense right now.
You're gonna lose a lot of teams. That's just like you losing a lot of women from the SmackDown roster to the Raw roster, and the Raw roster, where the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champion has to go to Raw and NXT in order to face the tag team.
That's what they need to do.
It's a simple solution for that. That's why I say, I'm going to keep saying this. You need to bring back Velocity and Sunday Night Heat, and you let these mid-carders just run that show. And that's where you don't have to try to cram everything in one segment.
Exactly. I definitely remember I didn't watch Velocity, but I did watch the Heat one though.
They both was basically the same show, but what it was that Vince ran most of the mid cards matches on there. I mean, he still has some mid card matches on SmackDown and Raw, but majority of the matches were on
Heat and Velocity. Yeah,
it was like the main rivalry matches and stuff, and there was like maybe one or two mid card matches, because the mid card matches actually happened on Velocity and Heat.
Yes, we're definitely taking you back there to Sunday Night Heat. Man, I'll give you something to watch on. It'll definitely give us something to watch on Sundays for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like I said, and make them 2 hours. Make each show 2 hours, and let the mid carders cook. That's why I said if you do that, you can have a mid card title for the women's. Because then you can have the women's over there doing their thing.
Right.
That would be a good place for Maxine Dupree and Candice LeRae and them.
And then you can bring a TV title for the men.
Yeah, there you go. That way you can have people like Karrion Kross. What if he could go over there and get over? And then you bring him back to the main roster.
Yeah,
it can happen. But that's why I say you need to do something like that instead of trying to make them get over with no story and no storytelling, because you cramming everything into one show.
Yeah,
exactly.
But go ahead, Jeff. What did you think about this tag team match?
Okay, the tag team match was good. They had, 4 of the greatest tag teams on SmackDown. Facing each other. I thought that for a minute I didn't know what team was gonna win because they was all on the ground, all laying on the ground for like I think it's 5 minutes apiece. And I'm just like, what in the world's going on? Then that's when I seen the Street Profits and New Catch Republic get up, and then they going back and forth, and I was like, okay, which team is gonna pin each other? Is it gonna be New Catch Republic or is it gonna be Street Profits? So it's just like they left us with suspense at one point, like which team is gonna win? and then all of a sudden, here comes the Street Profits with the win. But you never seen AOP come back in the ring at all.
No, once they got taken out, they was like that was it.
Right? They was just
Once
laid on
Montez Ford did that dive, that was like the last of the AOP.
because you didn't even see him on the ground. They kind of did like the Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Now
I
you
mean,
see me.
I
Now
think they
you
were
don't.
still there. The camera just never showed them no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'd be like, now you see me. Now you don't.
They're yeah, them are AOP them. They're going after the NXT tag titles.
That's
Hey,
why
yo,
that's why I knew they wasn't winning. Because they going after the NXT tag titles. They're gonna let them cook down there. But I wanted to answer your question about the Newcastle Republic. You know what the thing is? They're into Pete Dunne, and people actually want to see Pete Dunne do some great things. It's just they stuck Pete Dunne in his tag team, and the whole point of breaking up the Brawl and Brutes, we thought we was gonna see Pete Dunne going on a singles run, wanting for him
for
to get
that.
back in the tag team again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why the people are behind Newcastle Republic, but they mostly behind Pete Dunne.
Be done.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Don't get
and
me don't get me wrong. Tyler Bate is good, but
Yeah, Tyler Bate is good. I enjoy watching him wrestle. So
yes, yes,
there's
yeah,
not nothing wrong with Tyler Bate. It's kind of out of nowhere. It was just kind of out of nowhere when it looked like they was putting him on the singles run.
so I don't know if you guys remember over a month ago, or if it was maybe a little bit longer than that, when Pete Dunne came back, had his hair to the side and then had that look that he had when when he was the what was his nickname again?
The bruiserweight.
Yeah, the Bruiserweight. So when he came back with that theme song, people went crazy. And
Yeah,
then
because we thought that it was the true. While it is the return of the bruiserweight, we thought it was going to be him in a singles competition.
right. But look what we got now, and then look what song we got now.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, that is terrible.
that's terrible.
All right.
But moving on. So after this match ended, we get Solo and Paul Heyman in gorilla position. Paul Heyman is trying to express to Solo that they can't find Kevin Owens. They don't know. He don't know where he's at. He should be here. He don't know why they can't find him. But Solo basically Moses is saying that they about to go out to the ring. He asked is Tama Tonga going to be joining them, and the only thing Solo did was he just stuck up his thumb and just laughed and said, and then they just go out. And this is your new style that Triple H like to do with the camera, following the people from the back to the out to the ring. This will be that moment of the night for SmackDown, as we go from the back to out of the ring to out to the crowd, then to the ring. And I like that. I like that style. I like what
yes. I like that. I like that too.
But Paul Heyman gets in the ring, and they talk about how I think Paul Heyman said something about being in the top 4 on the list of things when stuff being moving around back there. And he said he thought he'd be top 4. Then he was about to mention something about the tribal chief. But I think he said something that Solo didn't like, so Solo just took the microphone from him. And Solo basically said, and he was getting like the Dominic Mysterio treatment here too. Like they would not let him talk. Every time he tried to say something, they would boo him. And then I noticed something too. He did something like Roman would do. He started saying, "They're gonna boo me. Like you gonna boo me?" I'm like, he really think he's the tribal chief now. He got his own head. But
Yeah.
I think that's what he meant.
You went on Matthew.
Right. But I think that's what he meant when Paul Heyman said that losing has consequences, and he repeated that back to Paul last week. I think he was trying to tell Paul that if losing has consequences, then it should be consequences for Roman Reigns. And I think he tried to say that the Roman Reigns' consequence for losing at WrestleMania is that he's no longer the tribal chief. And I think that's why he's doing what he's doing, because he's saying, well, since Roman lost and he's not here, he's no longer the tribal chief. So I'm stepping up as he named me the next tribal chief.
So
And, you know,
do y'all remember when they asked, I think it was Jay that asked Roman who's gonna be the next tribal chief, and I realized when Roman paused and he just looked around and he said that he didn't say nobody's name, but I kind of figured that uh, uh, Roman was gonna say Solo Sikoa back when Jimmy and Jay both was trying to figure out what Roman was doing. I kind of figured he was gonna say Jimmy at first, but he said Solo.
no, remember it was originally supposed to be Jay. Yeah, he said
Oh yeah,
he wanted Jay to be the next tribal chief, but Jay betrayed him, obviously. So he said Solo was the next one.
and so once I put two and two together, I'm just like, okay, so Solo's the new tribal chief, but Roman still got creative, you know, he still got the creative thoughts on the bloodline and everything. I'm like, so what's gonna happen with
I
all
So,
this?
so
You know
I
what I
do
did? Go ahead, Chris.
no, so I do have something about that. So pretty much, they said that all the bloodline stuff that's going on right now, have already been decided by Triple H, yeah, Triple H, Roman, and Heyman. They're keeping it tight, but certain people like Bruce Pritchard, and then a couple of the other people backstage or whatever are in the loop on it. So they're pretty much all coming up with ideas to keep the bloodline thing going while Roman is away.
Yeah, I did hear that Solo. I'm not Solo, but Roman had creative input still on the bloodline, even though he's gone. But yeah, so Solo says that he had to lose a brother to get another one. He said his MFT, Tamatonga. But I'm like, what is MFT? Like, I still don't know what MFT means. Like, I guess I got to look that up to see what he means by that. But he said his MFT, Tamatonga, and then right on cue, Kevin Owens comes flying out from the back, and he's bloodied up and he beaten up. And you just see Tamatonga, he just keep kicking them and pushing them down the ramp. And then Tamatonga just leaves them there and gets in the ring with Solo. And as they sit there, put their ones in the air. But as the referees and them take Kevin Owens out and they sitting there putting their ones in the air, Kevin Owens comes running back out. And for actually a good part of this part of the promo, he held his own. He held his own against Tama Tonga and Solo for a
That's,
good bit too. I don't he held his own up until the first Samoan spike. Before that first Samoan spike, Kevin Owens bloodied and messed up with holding his own, but then once Solo hit him with that first Samoan spike, that was it. I think he hit him like two or three more times. Yeah, I think he got 3 or 4 Samoan spikes. And then they was beating him up. Tonga was going to go get the chair, but then Nick Aldis got in the ring and basically stopped it for sure, and he was like, okay, all right. He took the chair from Tonga and threw it out the ring, and then Tonga and Paul stand up at the ramp. And you know what? I like how Solo knows that Paul's over there cowering and don't want to put his hands up, so he looks back at him to make him put his hand up. And Paul, he don't put his hand up with confidence. He go
right. He had it up like halfway. He had it up halfway,
right, and
and
then
he
so like, okay, yeah, you got your hand up now. He all happy and stuff like, yeah,
and
get
he
your
look
hand up,
and Paul Heyman looked like he was scared. To be
right.
honest,
One question. So one of our fellow members, Shane, how do you guys feel about this? Please comment. Is Solo Sikoa going after the people that Roman used to face? Is this like a all start over thing, or what is going on here?
You know, I know what you're talking about because I said it earlier. I don't think he's going after everybody that Roman faced. I believe what happened was because of the fact that they on tour and majority of the roster is on tour. Because you see, they basically had a skeleton crew for SmackDown. Not everybody that was on SmackDown was on SmackDown. That's on the roster of SmackDown was there. Most of them was on this London tour. So what I think it was, they had Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens embarrassed them further last week when they tried to go into the locker room. So yeah, he picked Kevin Owens to beat up. I think that's what he's
Tour too, right?
Huh?
Is Randy Orton at that tour?
Yeah, I think he's on that tour because he wasn't there last week or this week.
God dang, man.
Oh, was he there last week?
Oh
no, yeah, I don't think he was there last week.
Mm.
But yeah. So before this segment did not end just yet because we got Paul Heyman and Nick Aldis. When they come back from commercial break, Nick Aldis is showing Paul Heyman something, and he's like, I want to show you something. And I like how Paul Heyman is like, "Ow, you're hurting my arm." He's like, so you see this, and you see Paul react to something in horror, and he does, and he's in shock and in horror. Then the camera finally shows what it is. It's a car crash, and Nick Aldis is surprised to see that Paul Heyman really don't know nothing about it. So he said, "Okay, since you really don't know nothing about it, let me fill you in." One of those rental cars is Kevin Owens, and the other is your boy Tama Tonga, and you could tell which one was Tonga and which one was Kevin, and that explains why Kevin Owens is bleeding. Tonga just rammed his car into Kevin Owens' car and basically beat him up all the way from the car wreckage to the into the thing. I like what they're doing with Tonga. They make it Tonga seem like he's just a straight out crazy savage.
Yeah,
he's someone like.
It's cool. It's cool though. But what I can see, he kind of resembles to me like a Zion Quinn.
Huh? You think so?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Explain.
Yeah, you gotta explain that.
So Zion Quinn, well, yeah, y'all already know he got released. So hold on.
Yeah, you talking about the dude from LWO, right?
No, Zion Quinn. The dude that they released from NXT.
Oh, okay.
This guy here. Well, let me zoom up on his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Cause he definitely reminds me of what's his face. Remember he was on SmackDown. He got speared by Braun Breaker. And he wears that little necklace thing too.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
That fool, they didn't do nothing with him.
Now I'm being so serious. This guy reminds me of him. Tommy Tonga reminds me of Zion Quinn. Just, you said bring closer.
I mean, they look alike, but I want to say they was like, yeah, I can see what you're saying about looks, but I thought you were talking about like they was gonna treat him like they were treating Zion Quinn.
He got the ruthless and aggressive attitude era vibe.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, that's why I was saying like Triple H is trying to bring, because you see, this is not the first time we seeing blood again. So he's trying to bring back blood, and which is a big stable of the ruthless aggression and attitude era. So that's why I said he do. Yeah, you're right. He gives a ruthless aggression and attitude era vibe because every time he's around, they trying to see like he's so vicious that he'll make you bleed. And you see The Rock saying that when he comes back, he gonna make Cody bleed again. So I like what Triple H is doing.
But
before because I want to get y'all thoughts. I forgot that Nick Aldis did tell Paul Heyman to get them under control, and that he reminds Paul Heyman that losing is not the only thing that has consequences.
Exactly.
He alluded to the fact that he don't get the bloodline under control, he's going to fire them, and that was the end of that segment with Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman and that whole promo. So now, with that said, Chris,
Yes.
what did you think about that?
So I thought the promo was pretty cool. And now, like Keon saying, I can't wait to Raw go to Netflix. I'm trying to see how they're going to do that, how they're going to go live on Netflix. But
yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. Like, you just gonna be live. Like, so every 8 o'clock you just gonna be live.
Yeah. I think they can do live. I think they can do live. I think they're gonna make it to where
they're gonna do the live boxing. They're gonna do the Mike Tyson match live. So I know they can do
Yeah.
live. It's just gonna be weird.
Yeah,
but then again, it's gonna be Netflix, so then they're gonna be able to cuss too.
Now it'd have been different if it was like on Hulu, because Hulu do live can do the live stuff too. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what to see what is going on like with Solo, to see if he's able to make us surprised. Is he gonna, I'm like, what is he going to do to what is he gonna do to like show us?
TV 14 is already back. WrestleMania was TV 14.
TV 14 should have never left, but
because of parents and investors.
Because we got what's his name? We can't speak of his name, but the devil's advocate.
Oh yeah, Vinny Mac. But what I was gonna say was
shitty Mac. But anyway.
But yeah, it was like the big man was saying, it was TV 14, and TV 14 right now is actually what getting the tickets sold at these shows now, and
even though the ratings hasn't been great, but we ain't gonna talk about that. That's another.
Because of course, half the stars is across the pond.
Yeah.
Rocket Roman is making movies.
Yeah, and people think every week you got to have your big stars on the show. You don't have to have your big stars on the show to run a great show.
Right. You don't have all you need. If you don't have to have the story, all you need is good storytelling.
All you need is one or two stars, a male superstar and a female superstar to run the show with the mid card people, and there you go.
And that's pretty much what we got here.
You got a show.
Night, we had AJ Styles or we had Bayley.
Yeah.
And then we had an appearance from Triple H just to help it out. Probably. He probably will. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I'm done.
Oh, did you talked about the whole promo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did you think about the one with Nick Aldis and Paul Heyman?
Now I did not see that one, but I feel like they're definitely going to try, and it's going to be stupid if they do it. Crazy if they do it.
Damn, she look good. Oh my bad. I'm looking at Collision.
But no. I feel like they're definitely going to try and split what's his face from Solo.
Who, Tommy? Tonga?
Yeah.
Wow, so early?
No, I don't. Oh, hey, you never know. And come the draft. Hey, Solo could stay on SmackDown, and Tonga could go to Raw. Who knows?
You think? Do y'all feel like Tonga would be more better on SmackDown, or would he be better on Raw?
He'd be better on SmackDown.
I don't
Well,
know.
I'll take that back. If they really gonna lean into them being on Netflix and being able to cuss and do a lot more, then he'll be better for Raw because then they could be truly TV 14 over there. Because Fox and them don't want them to be TV 14.
Oh yeah. Now let me tell you one more thing. They're gonna, yeah, that's what Nick Aldis said. He was talking about is gonna be consequences. So it could be pulling some strings to try to move Tommy Tonga to Raw. But now,
So,
But Jeff, what did you think about the Solo promo and the Paul Heyman promo? The Nick Aldis promo.
man, that solo promo. Solo's not promising to me yet. He's not promising yet. With him calling himself the new tribal chief, and until he wins matches, I'm not calling him the tribal chief. I'm trying.
right?
I'm calling him the tribal queef. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But anyway, I'm not calling him the tribal chief. I'm just gonna call him Solo Sikoa, the loser of all losers.
Yeah, I mean, you ever won no matches? Just beating
John
John
Cena. And that match he had with who was that with? Was it Jimmy? Wasn't that Jimmy? Or was that Jay?
Jay.
Okay, that match he had with Jay. And then what's his name came and interfered. Like, what was the point of that?
True.
He didn't want Solo to lose. Like, Solo, get it together.
They was giving him that Dominic Mysterio heat for sure.
And it's funny. And it's funny how he said wins and losses matter now, but yet he hasn't been in the match yet. He hasn't been in the match since Roman left.
True.
And he's talking about wins and losses matter. So okay, Solo. So when you fight your next fight, you better win because they do count.
They matter. You see, y'all lost your locker room, so it does matter.
Hey, Solo, and don't be like Roman and have your boy interfere every time.
I think that's definitely about to happen.
Oh yeah.
I don't see Tonga not interfering. But
anyway, the promo, the backstage thing with Nick Aldis, that was cool. Like the way Paul Heyman was looking at Nick Aldis, I knew he didn't know nothing about that. Like that part,
he definitely did. He was sitting there like this wasn't authorized. I didn't know nothing about this.
and I think Paul Heyman doesn't want to have anything to do with Solo, but at the same time, he's scared of Solo, so he's playing the role of being the wise man for now until Jimmy and Jay get back together and they get that call from Roman telling them to get the wise man back, get the wise man on their side, or else something's gonna happen. And he's not gonna tell them what's gonna happen, but he's just gonna say, or else something's gonna happen. And I think it's gonna lead up to, I think when they do the Bloodline Civil War match, whenever that comes, I think they're gonna fight. They should fight for, the wise man. Fight to see who gets the wise man on their side.
That
I
or
think that's
that or total control of the bloodline.
that too, or both.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I think Nick Aldis is doing what Nick Aldis does best. Um, with
I can
everything.
I can see that happen at War Games. The Civil War happened at War Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Roman should be back by then. Roman should be back by then.
Hopefully he's back by then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because a lot of people there's rumors saying he's not going to be back till probably like November or something like that. He's gonna film more movies after this movie he's filming now. And I'm like, okay, well, then the Rock ain't. They say the Rock ain't coming back till Christmas, till around Christmas time.
Hold on.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
I see the Rock. I see the Rock and Roman making like appearances, like how John Cena did. They'll probably come in like on a random Monday night or Friday night. But I don't see them staying gone for all the way till then. But I see them coming in like on a random thing when they got time away. But I see them like just like John Cena, they can't really get physical because they doing movies. But this will be a good thing leading up to the Civil War. But we got the third match of the night, which is oddly the one before the main event. It actually goes into the main event, but which is Carlito versus Santos Escobar. This was the match I said that out of all the matches, this was just like okay. And I mean, it's nothing really too much to talk about here. This is just another LWO versus Legado del Fantasma with Santos Escobar going over again. Now,
Yeah,
this match,
you
I'm
can
like
miss.
saying, this is where I'm turning to Shane, where I'm like, why do we even need this match? Like, we already seen this. Like, I don't need to see Carlito keep getting beaten by Santos Escobar. Like, I'm actually kind of tired of seeing that. But yeah, that basically was it. Carlito and Santos did a couple of things, and Carlito got hit with the Phantom Driver, and he lost to Santos Escobar. Um, they did so. Damage Control, who was up in the skybox, they would get interviewed, and Dakota and EO got mad when Kayla mentioned that EO was the former women's champion,
Yep.
and they talked about how EO basically was going to win back her title whenever she gets ready to, and that they still got the dominant women's tag team champions and the Kabuki Warriors, and and then they would get interrupted by Jade Cargill's music with her and Bianca showing up at right next to them in the other box, and they would have like a little taunting back and forth before Naomi's music hit. But I like here that they keep letting Jay's music play, so they really try to put over Jade. So I'm like, oh wow, okay, they're gonna keep. They instead of playing Bianca's music, they're just gonna keep playing Jay Cargill's music. But Chris, what did you think about this match here
You
and the
can.
damage control promo?
I would say you can miss me with that match because I didn't even watch it, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. I watched it, but I didn't watch it. Like I watched it enough to be able to do this, but I didn't really care for like anything they did because it
What
was
the
a
Naomi? What the Naomi match?
no. We talking about the Carlito versus Santos.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't even see that one. But
I didn't either. I walked away from the. I walked away from my tablet.
anyways,
Did y'all see the damage control promo?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that promo. So now, as far as the promo, it was actually pretty cool. But Damage Control, I already know they're about to lose those tag titles.
Oh yeah, because according to backstage reports, they're gonna make
Jade and Bianca,
I'm like, and then they're gonna
my
be
girls, my girls,
God,
the
hey,
big three.
please, I'm like, please let this lead to Jade turning heel and we get
No,
Bianca.
no, not yet.
I do not want to see Bianca and Jade as tag teams. I don't
If
want to see.
anything,
I want to get
if
my Bianca and Jade match that I've been clamoring for. I
no,
really
if
want to see Bianca versus Jade.
let this cook for a minute, for a little bit.
No, that's what I'm saying. I want this to lead to that. I want this. That's how I want this to end, with Jade turning on Bianca.
Wait till at least what's at the SummerSlam? Where pay per views at the SummerSlam?
If they do it like they did last year, it'd probably be Payback.
So wait till at least Payback, Payback, or the pay per view after Payback.
Because I think after Payback it will be Survivor Series.
Yeah,
No, because when's Clash at the Castle?
Clash of the Castle is in October, or I mean, not.
No, it's in Clash at the Castle should be in June or July. Let me see.
No,
They're
no,
about to do three. No, because that'd be three promos before. That'd be three pay-per-views before SummerSlam.
no, because what you call it is in June.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
It says Clash at the Castle will take place June 15th, 2024.
Whoa.
Dang.
So because we got
Backlash, which is in 2 weeks.
So what they go? Yeah. So that's May, right? Backlash is in May, right?
Yeah.
So what they go? So Money in the Bank would be what?
In June. I think he said June 15th.
So what the fuck they gonna do? What Money in the Bank gonna be July?
Let's see. So WWE Backlash is Saturday, May the 4th, and then Money in the Bank is gonna be July 26th on a Saturday.
Oh, so they go
Money in the Bank is when? July 24th?
26. He said, right?
26th.
No, I mean July 6th. Excuse me.
July 6th. Okay.
Okay, that's after what you call it? This Saturday after the 4th. Okay.
So it's gonna go Backlash, Clash at the Castle, then Money in the Bank. Okay.
And then you can't forget about Bashing of Berlin. Well, no, Bashing of Berlin is not until later in August.
Yeah, that's after
so they gonna have two. They doing two pay-per-views in August.
Yeah, they got SummerSlam and then Bashing Berlin.
Yes.
Because SummerSlam is gonna be at the beginning of August. That's gonna be here.
Yeah,
and then they got Bashing Berlin right after, like not right after, but later on in the month.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
They usually do that. I think
Saturday, August 3rd for SummerSlam.
Yeah. August 3rd for SummerSlam.
And then when's Bashing Berlin?
August 31st.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they doing two pay-per-views in 1 month. Okay.
And then so they could do it for Bashing Berlin. To be honest.
True. Okay, well, I guess since y'all didn't watch the Carlito match, we go. Cody Rhodes did do his little promo about AJ Styles winning. That's what we got the when him said we about to have two Georgia boys going at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he basically was saying he can't wait to face AJ Styles, and that's what he said about the two Georgia boys. And then we get into the main event, which is Naomi versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. And this was a great main event because they actually let the women cook. This match went on for about 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got the I think they got the last big chunk of the show. And this was a very good pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, very good match. This was a very good match between the two. Naomi actually looked it good here. She looked it very good. She didn't look like a jobber. She looked like a main event player. And that's what Triple H needed to do. He needed to make Naomi look like a main event player because you don't bring her back just to be a jobber. You're not Vince. You're not punishing her for leaving. But Bailey also looked it good here. They look like they like two superstars who should have main evented WrestleMania Night 2 or Night 1. But in the end, Miss Tiffany
time.
Right when the match was getting good, because this match got so good, I actually wanted to see a conclusion. I wanted to see somebody get pinned, but unfortunately, Tiffany
she just had this
matters, and she would hit Bailey, giving Bailey the win via DQ, and she would beat up on Naomi on the outside, tossing both of them in the ring, lining them up, and hitting the prettiest moonsault on both of them at the same time to end the show with her clowning and saying it's Tiffy time. So, with that being said,
man, that was good.
Jeff, you go first this time.
Oh man. So I was telling Chris when we was on the phone, I was telling Chris, I said, hey, I said, I'm disappointed, but I'm not disappointed that Tiffany Stratton. Oh, where'd he go? Tiffany Stratton did interfere.
He's still here. He about to pop back in a minute.
Yeah. So I am glad that she did interfere, but I'm upset that she did because for one, I wanted to see this match actually, that match was actually cooking. And it was a really great match. And then I'm glad she did interfere because for one, everything that they're doing with Tiffany Stratton, trying to get her in the title picture and all this stuff, it makes sense for her to interfere.
And it protects Naomi and Bailey at the same time, too.
And the thing is, I believe what they're going to do is they're going to have Naomi win, but they're not going to have her win right now. They're going to wait till probably Backlash, to be honest. They're going to set up a match to where it's a triple threat. Naomi, Bailey.
You think she win the title at Backlash?
Tiffany Stratton, yeah.
Damn, so you don't even got Bailey holding the title for a long period of time. You got her losing right at Backlash, huh?
And if she doesn't lose, and Bailey doesn't lose, then have Tiffany Stratton take the pin, but still make her and Naomi make both of them look strong.
True.
And at the same time, they're building Tiffany Stratton to what they want her to be as a great, main roster person, like she was on NXT. But anyway, Naomi, they make her not look like a jobber by getting the pin and everything. That'll help her career. That'll help not just her career, but that'll help her going further down the line into either a title picture or with other feuds besides just the title picture. But overall, that match was a 10 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10.
I forgot too that Damage Control was still there and they was laughing at at what Tiffany did. And I think Bianca and Jay was like Bianca was taking off her earrings. They looked like they was getting ready to go down there to beat up on Tiffany. But yeah, I definitely think they're gonna make it a triple threat match. And if Tiffany, I think they builded Tiffany up to win the Money in the Bank. If I'm being honest, she's probably gonna win Money in the Bank. I can see her winning Money in the Bank and then cashing it in on Bailey or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening too.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happen. But Chris, my main man, what did you think about this main event?
Yeah, I also like the main event, even though I didn't like the outcome. But like you were saying that it would be best for Tiffany Stratton definitely to, let's say, win like the women's Money in the Bank or something, because I feel like she's the one that can hold a briefcase. And even she's a young superstar. She's gonna know already when the time is right to cash in. But if she cash in, she needs to actually cash in like at at a good time, and not just kind of do something like how Damian Priest and Seth Rollins did. Do the unthinkable for the first time for the women. And
Right, because I think we said this before. Other than Carmella, I don't think nobody held it for a long time for the women's. They usually cast it in either the same night or at least a week or two later.
Right. And I feel like that'd be actually incredible for her to actually, just come in and get the briefcase and win, and then picking her right moment and cash in on whatever champion of her choosing.
Mm. Yeah. I can see. Yeah, I definitely can see. If not Tiffany, then definitely Nia. I can see Nia winning. If not Tiffany,
Gotcha.
Or if Naomi don't win the title, I would say Naomi winning Money in the
I
Bank.
see Naomi. I definitely see Naomi becoming Miss Money in the Bank. Because I do believe that they're gonna probably make Liv become the new women's world champion.
Yeah, I can
Or
see that.
Alexa Bliss. Liv or Alexa Bliss. Yes,
I say Liv.
there is rumors that Alexa Bliss is gonna return.
Yeah, I say Liv with everything that's going on with the Uncle Howdy thing. I
Yeah.
see Alexa Bliss, focused on that, strictly on that right now.
Mm.
But we just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that's it. That's Friday Night Smackdown in a nutshell. So with that being said, Chris, what did you give the entirety of the show? What's your rating?
I can give it an 8.2.
Okay. 8.2. Not bad. I gave it an 8 out of 10 myself. Yep, I gave it an 8 out of 10. What about you?
Um, I I would say I would say a I would say a 9.
Oh, okay.
It would have been lower if we would have seen some Judgment Day or something like that. But
This man hates Judgment Day.
I'm just playing. All jokes aside, I'm just playing for real. But um, to be honest, yeah, to be honest, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Well, hey. Yeah, you seen that from us. We gave it is 8s all around.
What you laughing at, Keon? I'm just being honest.
yeah, you don't like Judgment Day.
Hey, and that's what we do, and that's what we do on this channel. You know, we speak
Well,
our opinion.
yeah, that's what we do. I hand it off to you, Chris. My job is done.
All right. So, Keon, thank you for joining in. Nico, thank you for joining in. And whoever else is watching this video and was watching this video, thank you for joining in. Make sure you guys subscribe to all the wrestling channels that you're watching these videos on. Whether you're watching it from Little Big Man's Twitch channel, or if you're watching it from his YouTube channel, Little Big Man Gaming, join in. Also, Wrestling Pit Podcast is where we're recording this video from. We're not the only people in this Wrestling Pit Podcast. Shouts out to Hector and shouts out to Shane as well. And so also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Almost at 50,000 subscribers. Subscribe to Chris Wrestling Views as well.
Yes. Get this man. We want this man at 100,000 so he could get his plaque.
Yes.
He's going to be the first one of us to get a plaque.
Yes.
Yep. Yo, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Jeff 23 Dog. I'm trying to get up there with the big boys, like Chris and Little Big Man. I'm trying to get up there, so help me out. I'm at 80, 84, 85 subscribers. Help me out.
Yes. As you hear, don't forget, guys. Go subscribe to Wrestling Pit Podcast. Help me out with a Little Bit Man Gaming. Get Chris to 100,000. Go Chris Wrestling Views and Jeff 23 Dog. It's a lot. But you will help us out. We would greatly appreciate it.
All right, then, you guys. Till next time, you guys. Wrestling Pit Podcast out. And
Wrestling Pit Podcast, baby.
We'll see y'all on Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday to do
for Monday Night Raw review.
Yep.
All right, you guys. Peace.
Now unless we do a live stream on Monday and we talk about Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we're doing a live stream this time around. That was just a special occasion because we had missed last week's Smackdown.
Hey, we could if we want to, but it don't matter to me.
I mean, we absolutely could, though. We absolutely could.
But all right,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And if y'all see us live, come in and join. If not, stay tuned for our video.